Is suffering a necessary part of the human condition? That's a tough question.
Is suffering a necessary part of the human condition?
I think suffering is what makes us human.
Yeah.
Life, being alive is suffering.
Yeah, to a certain extent, I guess. And it also makes you appreciate the time that you're not suffering a bit more.
Yes, I think so. Only because I think that we grow from suffering. I think suffering gives you perspective, and suffering is inevitable. So how to just learn how to cope with that and learn from it. So it's important in that way. And that some people experience more suffering than others, so it's important to understand that and what you can do with that information.
Yeah, I think so.
Dasein.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you don't suffer, you won't estimate the good things, because when you have everything and you don't suffer at all, you won't know. You will not know what is. Jetzt hast du mich voll aus dem Kontext gebracht. You will not know. Yeah, I said it. Okay.
Yes, it is. Because, there is a saying that if there is no clip in your life, you will never see the sunshine breaking it in your house. So you will never get to see the sunshine. So if you got suffering, that means you will see your happiness more easily. Like, there will be a lot of things that make you happy after the suffering.
I don't think so, but some of us, we are so dramatic and would really like to do it. But I can say sometimes a decision, and other times it just happened, and you just have to handle it. But it's not really necessary.
Sometimes with the suffering, the people learn some things that, well, with the good things they don't appreciate. With the suffering and with the tough things, they learning about how is life and what they have to do in some difficult situations. I think sometimes it's necessary for some people.
No, I don't think so. I think it's in the mind, I think. I don't think you have to suffer.
Yeah, I think so, because when you don't suffer, you can't appreciate the good things in life. So, especially in hard times, also people get closer together when there's a suffering, yeah. I think it's quite good, but it shouldn't be the main part of your life.
I think so. I don't think that you should suffer all the time or something like that. But I think it is part of human condition, because what makes us human is that we have conflicts, and with conflicts we sometimes be happy, and sometimes we will have to suffer, and suffering is good for learning and other stuff, and for surviving, and for also to know when something's good happening to you and to enjoy that.
I think it is, because if you don't, well, I don't know if suffering, but maybe having a bad time. Otherwise, you won't know when you're happy. If you don't have a bad time, and you can enjoy real happiness. I think that.
Is suffering a necessary part of the human condition?
I think so, for me.
Why?
Like they're saying, what doesn't kill you make you stronger.
Oh, yeah, I think so. Yeah, I agree. That depends. So I think what I was told when asking this question before actually is suffering is caused by us and our own individual feeling, and it's almost inevitable because we're vulnerable as people, but we have to accept challenges that are more necessary to help us grow, but we don't necessarily have to suffer from those challenges. But in my mind, we almost should suffer just because most of the world does, essentially in many dimensions of problems, including poverty or homelessness, or even simple ones like divorce. And I think if you end up feeling suffering in part of your life, then you're more likely to feel compassion towards other people who are also suffering. Yeah.
Like and subscribe this video, please. Share, comment. See you next time.